Hey fellas, I found something out. So I got some aerial surveillance of what's going on in this whole situation we call life. And I'm going to share with you some things here that maybe will explain things, not only to myself, I'm preaching to myself mostly, but also for anyone else who might be on the same path as me. So there's a lot of stuff that a guy wants out of life, that a guy thinks he needs to have, and that a guy just has, right? And so here's what I'm finding out. Dig this. Oh, sorry. This is my little prop up again. So, in the core, for actual success, I got me and the wife. Okay? That's numero uno right there. Primary objective. This was the only time in my life, even when I had none of this stuff ever, that I was truly fulfilled and happy, as it was me and my soulmate. Also, taking care of the family comes along with that. Spiritual survival is dependent on this. Receiving rest is something that I have been failing to do. If this is not in the equation, then this goes to heck. Spiritual survival goes to heck. Health certainly goes to heck. I know about that. Taking care of the family all of a sudden goes to heck, right? And even doing God's work, which is right here, is all contingent on rest. There's actually a commandment repeated many times about this. God commanded us to take a break. Not only once every 7 days, but once every 7 years, okay? And I'm starting to see how this all works, okay? I have been failing on this category right here. So I'm going to circle this, because this is attached to all this stuff in this circle right here. All right, dig this, guys? I believe that this is God's will right here. If me and the wife are together, okay, my cat's trying to eat primers. Hey, stop, goofball. Rambo over here. Okay, so if it's me and the wife, dude, like I lived in a trailer house. I remember, dude, our first house was like $150 a month, and it was what you could call maybe like the slums. When we first got married, happiest time in my life, because all there was this. And when this is there, that's God's will. This is how we're supposed to understand how He is with us, as a husband and wife relationship. Rambo, stop eating those primers, dude. What is your malfunction, bro? Oh, goofy. Dude, sorry about the cat. But, what you doing? Huh? Yeah, chase the other one. There you go. Okay, where was I at? All this stuff is important. It's all connected. This is all God's mega will, right? But this is the main deal. Even if you don't have the ability anymore due to your health to do God's work, you still have this relationship to at least reflect on. Maybe you've lost a wife or a husband, and that's terrible. But then you can just interchange this. That will be you. And this will be the head of the household will be God then, okay? And I'm not saying that's me right now, not even close. But you guys know what I'm saying, okay? So me and the wife are the priority, okay? That's God's will. Now, His will might eventually, if all this stuff is here, and it requires rest and doing His work and having a seamless unit that's taken care of here. The priority's got to be taken care of. This is like the supply chain, dude. This is a supply chain of how God supplies us, okay? One of them. There's other ways He can do it. Spiritual survival, taking care of the family and health, it's all connected. If all this stuff is squared away, then you can help some friends out. You might even make some money in life, and you might even have business success. Now, I've been blessed with the ability to do these things. However, as this arrow goes down for me, this becomes either a super heavy burden in which I cannot bear, or it starts to get worse, right? Actually, this deal, and the rest has been going down. This has been going up, okay? And this has been going up. And even I've been think blessed with help and some friends a little bit, okay? So this stuff goes up. However, if my rest goes down to the point to where this deal freaking explodes and doesn't work and breaks down, this deal is off the table. So that's gone, okay? So unfortunately, a guy has to keep this whole situation right here, which are possible potential blessings from God, in check until you get this situation figured out. God's will is for you to be healthy in Him, healthy in your body, so that you can take care of your wife and your family, and that requires rest, and that is doing God's work. Dig this? Okay? There's a lot of other cool stuff that the guy has on the list here, right? Let's go over some of this stuff. This is the pleasing everyone. This, for me, up until recently, was in this circle, okay? This dramatically makes rest go down by a lot. Like to where there is no freaking rest ever if you're trying to please everybody. So today I removed this out of the box and I put it outside of here. Not only is it outside the box here, but you know what I'm going to do with it? Goodbye. I ain't going to please everybody. In fact, sometimes pleasing people is not doing what's necessary because you're lying to them by pleasing them sometimes. Sometimes you got to tell the truth because that's what God's will really is. And that might be what His work is. Doing God's work is telling the truth. So you can't just this is bullshit. Someone besides God invented the idea of pleasing everybody. Jesus said, I have not come to bring peace to the world, but rather a sword to divide mother from father and brother from, all that stuff, right? So we can look that up sometime. Okay, what's this? What people think, that was also in my circle, okay? Guess what? That makes the rest go down. If the rest goes down, the engine overheats on the entire vehicle, everything explodes, vehicle quits to happen. God's will is not accomplished because I do not exist. At least not functionally. So what people think, I don't care, man. I actually was usually pretty good at this for a long time because I'm relatively secure. But I'm talking about close friends, people that I draw close to, whatever they think. That shit don't matter neither. Even if it's someone who likes you, God is my boss, not them. So whatever they think doesn't even matter anyways. If I need information, I'm going to go over here, not here. So this shit's out of my box. What do we got here? Nice house. This is a potential blessing you can have if this is in balance to where all this stuff is good. But that requires rest, man. If you're slaving away to get a nice house, right? If you are being a slave and working 20 hours a day to get a nice house, this all goes to hell. And then you got this. So the main circle of, this is solid gold right here. This is the golden circle right here. Okay? This is all solid freaking gold. This is what you want. So you lose the gold to get a box to put nothing into. Congratulations, you're retarded. So let's just take that off the list. I got one. I'm very blessed. But I don't need one. Rambo, what are you destroying now, buddy? They hear me talking. They get excited. They know that I'm fired up. Okay? All right, so that's another deal. Okay? Ultimate monster truck. Yeah, that's cool. I've had a couple of them deals, right? You know what? That's whatever. If I got one, whatever. I don't really need it. If my rest goes down because I'm paying for one. Hey, Rambo. Dude, I'm going to kick your butt out of the house, buddy. Gosh darn cat. If your rest goes down to make this whole machine break down because you're being a slave to this beautiful truck right here, guess what? Got to scratch off the list. Sell it. You don't need that thing. Okay. Being educated. Okay? So if your rest goes down because you need to feel like you need to be the smartest guy in the world, now I'm educated. I've been blessed with that. I've got good education, and I did very good when I did it. I was like Mr. Smart Guy, right? But if your rest goes down to the point to where you become entrapped by this world, and this becomes your priority, to neglect this, well, then you just lost the gold, and now you're smart. Congratulations. How smart are you that you threw your gold away? Yeah, so that doesn't freaking matter at all. Wisdom is going to be more important. Wisdom comes from here, doing God's will. This is the wisdom circle, okay? Potential blessings, yeah, that can come back after this rest arrow goes back up, okay? Fast car. I got one of them. I actually had several. That, I like that. That's fun. Like flooring it around the corner, you know? Like rear engine, especially. Like if you got like an MR2 or a souped up Volkswagen or something. Them are fun. However, again, like I said, if the gasoline fumes are poisoning your brain and affecting your health, like the Volkswagen did, or if it's becomes a slave, or if all of a sudden your rest goes down too much to where you're neglecting this and this machine falls apart because you're being a slave to buy this, well, then you don't need that shit either, okay? Where are you going to drive your fast car to? A circle full of nothing? That's what will happen. So don't do that. Okay? Sexy posture. I don't know why I wrote that on there. It's something that was on my brain. It's all the stuff that, like, I can imagine that I want. I remember I had this. I don't got it now, but I used to have that deal. Actually, this is like dangerous. This is like a landmine right here. God might bless you with this, or it might be a curse. It's connected sometimes with being healthy. Being healthy is good, but acting sexy and stuff like that and wanting chicks to dig in whatever the hell that's attached to, that can really put that's a monkey wrench that you can throw in here and jam up the works, okay? So actually, I was blessed 3 years ago when I got sick and gained like freaking 900 pounds and almost died from metabolism and hormones and steroid treatments and mustard gas therapy and all that. So sexy posture is now off the list. Guess what? This deal's getting this rest arrow now is not going down. It's actually there's less stuff I'm having to worry about now, right, guys? Think this. So now the rest is going up. Okay, but what else do we got going on here? Famous tactical ninja guy. Oh boy, look at me. I'm a super sneaky ultimate turbo ninja attack veteran, awesome, whatever the hell. Yeah. Fill in the blanks, whatever your version of this is, okay? I thought this would be cool. God blessed me with it. I currently, somehow, I don't know how, am in this boat for some reason. I guess I climbed in there. I don't know what I was thinking. It just happens to be one of my ways of making money. Where's that thing? Survival and stuff like that. I don't remember that was that. Surviving, not dying, okay? But it's the way I taking care of family circle. That's what it was connected to. So currently, this is in my taking care of family circle. So that's a very important element, which is one of God's blessings He's given me. I'll be the long-range shooty guy, all right? That's great. I love that stuff, whatever. Okay, but if this becomes all of a sudden making my rest go down too much, it's a math equation. If this rest goes down and overheats the engine to where this thing breaks down, I might have to modulate this and ease off the gas. I'll still keep it because it's how I take care of my family. But I have to really floor it on this, which makes the rest go down to keep up with all this crap, if I had it still, right? That's why we're erasing all this stuff off the map. We don't need this stuff. So the less of this I got, the less work I need to do in this category to take care of this and make it happy. And the more time I have to be in this circle rather than, because see, dude, when I'm in this circle right here, I love hanging out with all of my friends. But when I'm in this circle, I'm not in this circle. But this is how I bring, this is me going out of the village. I exit the village, the hut, the family hut. I go out into the dangerous woods and I go and I fight off the grizzly bears and do my thing and shoot a deer and then with an arrow and then stab it a few times or whatever and drag the dead deer back home to feed the family. So currently on my deal, that's kind of what that's my job, I guess you could say, okay? Now, do you need to have a job to have all this? Actually, no. I survived with a knife once for a long time. And I had a cigarette lighter. A knife, a cigarette lighter, a tire iron of 1911, and a sleeping bag, okay, for a long time. But, you know, the wife and the family, they might not want to live that mode, so we'll just do this for a while. But we'll have to be careful on this deal not to get out of control, not to burn the car up. Pride, okay, now this is very freaking, sorry for my language, guys. This is very closely attached to this situation, okay? This will sneak in here. This will sneak in over here. Pride is actually feeling all this other stuff. This is a sneaky little bugger right here. Pride is what made you have to have the monster trucks and the fast cars and the sexy posture and all that, because you got to be a proud man. You got to have your stuff together, right? Sorry, you can't read that. Anywho, so this one gets attached to here. I've done, I think, a pretty good job keeping this in check for the most part, but it is sneaky. And I know that pride comes before the fall. So what I always try to do is whenever I see this damn thing pop up, if I don't go like this, guess what happens? Almighty in his will, because I'm in his, he made this gold circle for me to exist in, he'll take it off the table in a less kind fashion. He will remove your pride. He will humble you. He will throw stumbling blocks in front of you. He'll do all kinds of stuff to make sure this doesn't poison you and create the cancer in your life, which is having to have the fancy car, the nice monster truck, the pride, the sexy posture, the rock and roll status, whatever. You don't need none of that. That poisons everything, because it's a cancer that your body cannot continue to feed after a certain point. So keep an eye out on pride. Get that off of there right there. Being whatever. Okay, tough guy. Well, that comes straight from this pride deal, doesn't it? Being a tough guy. We all like to be tough guys. Here's my cowboy scarf. Here's my weaponries, which happens to be my job, I guess. So being a tough guy is sort of like my job, sort of, right? I got to at least pretend like I'm tough for you guys, right? Extra tough guy. But in reality, being a tough guy actually would be going in this direction right here, and executing all these priorities properly right here, including discipline of resting, which is my problem lately, okay? Doing God's work. If you can be a tough guy in these categories, then this can go in the circle if it's in the circle. But if being a tough guy is outside the circle, guess what? Get rid of that shit immediately. Because all it's going to do is feed your pride. Being cool? Dude. Oh, by the way, I used to be a tough guy. I still kind of sort of am, I think. Oh, there it comes again. Scribble a little more on this. There you go. Let's kill that one. Okay. So being cool. All right. You know, I've been everywhere, man. I was the nerd. I was the garage monkey. I was the kid with the suspenders and the glasses. Then I was the long-haired kid who played the guitar. I was actually this for a little while. I was a rock star. I always wanted to be the guitar player. So I got myself a guitar and actually learned how to play it really good. And I got invited into a decent band. And we played for a while. Guess what? After 2 or 3 gigs, this became work. My rest went down. All this stuff fell apart. And this was all bullshit. So being cool and a rock star, dude, I don't care about that. Now, if this is, we don't need that. Okay? That's not important. $1 billion? Dude, thank God I have not been cursed with $1 billion. Now, he's taken very good care of me financially, surprisingly, because I was an engineer for a bunch of years, and I had good jobs, and I'm well educated, and whatever. So I have totally more than enough to even have all this stuff. I still got that fast car, and I got my monster truck still, but I'm starting to kind of think I don't need it. So I'm taking this off the list of, this is the stuff that a guy worries about, right? $1 billion, you don't need that unless you want all this other stuff right here. So I'm just going to cross this off. You know, the happiest I ever was when I had a $150 a month place to live in, man. And so that's reality. Reflect back on the happiest time in your life is probably when you were a kid and had the least amount of stuff. When you were a child and you had the least amount of stuff and all you had was the golden circle, you were in the family zone with God, doing His will, you were a rich man. Money is counterfeit, all of it. Unless it's supporting your physical well-being and keeping some kind of roof over your head, beyond that, You can build a house out of sticks and rocks, dude. You don't need any of this, actually. God takes care of the birds and the squirrels, man. How much cash do they got? $0. But sometimes he blesses us with that, and that's fine. Being the smartest guy in the room, this is a temptation for religious people. I've hung out with them. I was this guy too. I had to be the smartest guy in the room, debating, winning arguments, knowing all the stuff, learning everything so that I can use it as a hierarchy piece. Why? Because that pride that used to be over here, guess what? I just scribbled it off. So, dude, we don't need to be the smartest guy in the room. Now, being the smartest guy in the room would mean that you're not doing any of this stuff, that you're going, again, this way. Oh, man, the cats are having a fight. Look at them go. Why are they fighting? Because of the pride over here. Not dying? Okay. This is an interesting one. Health is important. If you're not around because your rest is messed up or your health is bad, you're not even here to take care of your family. So health is important. It's actually very important. This is one of my priorities too. I've lost my health. It's been removed off the table because I did have an issue with being pride of being a sexy dude or whatever, right? So that got removed off my table. But I need a certain amount of health to take care of the golden circle, the family and the wife and everything inside here, right? So that's important. Not dying, though, that's not possible. You will eventually die. I would just prefer it takes longer. So we'll say, we'll die 50 years from now. How about that? But if I need to do that, okay, not dying is not an option. But we'll all die eventually. Dude, there's only two things in life that you can guarantee: death and taxes. So we're all going to die at some point. Nobody makes it out of here alive. However, if we can live longest by doing all this stuff smart, the more crap we erase out of here, the higher this number goes of years, maybe, if that's God's will. And then that gives us more time if we can manage this ship correctly. Okay? Roger that, guys? Rex's tutorials. So, to make things very, very simple, here's what's important in life, guys. I know I'm a hippie, man. Deal with it. Oh no, Rex is not a tough guy. Love. That's God, wife, family. Now, your family or your wife might jump in and out of this thing or leave or whatever, but you'll always have this, which was what the point of the relationship of the marriage was anyways. I've been very blessed. I have the coolest wife ever made. She has stuck with me and she will always stick by me. However, for some guys who struggle with this deal, you always got God. Okay? That's the moral of the story. The rest is all worthless crap. So maintain love with your Creator.